we will discuss about the core processor installed. The core processor installed had extended secondary memory of 32 MB. These days our one video is only of 32 MB. The CPU clock had 100 megahertz frequency. The cache memory was of 256 KB. The diskette drive A, that is the first we have C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive. First they used to use diskette drive A, which had 1.44 MB data. It was a floppy disk, or sometimes they used to use a CD over here. So 3.5 inches was its size. Then we had the diskette drive data. The 3.5 inches size is the height of the CD, or the floppy disk, because in floppy disk there is a holder which holds your information of CD information inside it. Then we had the diskette drive B, 1.2 MB to 5.25 inches. So the length of the CD increased, of the drive increased here. Then we have prime master disk LBA mode 3, 631 MB. Then we have the prime slave disk, was not required. Then there was a master disk used, which was again not required. Then we had a secondary slave disk, that was CD-ROM mode 4. This was used by people to store information. In those days, CD was very sensitive. After doing the production, people used to keep CD in fridge in order that the information does not get damaged. But later on, the CD technology and the production technology of the CD became so good that all the information could be stored inside the CD, and the CD could be carried anywhere at any time without the temperature protection given to it. Then we had the display type of EGA and VGA. Now to find the answer is your work. VGA phones were used before megapixel technology phones in order to click photos. Now this was available in the Windows and in the ICs of old phones in order to capture certain sizes or the respective sizes of specific photos while clicking photos from phone, or while clicking photos from the video cam which was attached to your laptop or to your computer. Then we had EDOD ROM at rows size 0s1. Then we had static dynamic RAM at row s none. Then we had L2 cache type line, that is pipelined burst. And then we had a sound card 1ES PNP audio driver. These were available in the year 1999. From 1980 to 1999, this technology was developed a lot. Then comes the port. A port is term referring to the electrical interconnection point at which another input or output device can be connected, so that it is now under the control of the computer to which it is attached. A serial port is an interconnection of point that permits data transfer one bit at a time over a single line, whereas the parallel port permits transfer of 8 or more bits at a time. Then comes the mouse should be connected to the serial port, and the dot matrix painter should be connected to the parallel port. This was to be known. Now these days all ports are so ambiguous, or you can say they are made uniform for the usage. But yet if you want to connect a printer, in old PCs the port was different, and in the new PC the port is different. Now everywhere these days we have to do the USB connection. Then comes the modem. Although voice is the primary signal carried by the telephone, this network is now widely used to carry digital information also. A modem is a device containing both modulator and a demodulator. Modulator means the device which converts your information to a secretive or the transmissible to the transmissible information level. Then demodulator reconverts the information to the human interface level. Then it is used to convert binary signals into analog signals capable of being transmitted over the telephone lines, and to demodulate such analog signals and to reconstruct the equivalent binary out, output. Two mainframe computers, a remote video terminal, or a personal computer uses as a modem to communicate with large mainframe computers. Full duplex operation is possible or perform. Full duplex means when I say I am calling you in the class and then the students give me a feedback. This is called as duplex communication. Or when you are talking on a mobile phone, you say hello to your friend says hello, I am fine. This is called duplex communication, means you should receive a feedback for the communication. Now, two mainframe computers also exchange data by speaking through modems. Suppose you are sending a WhatsApp to me through your Wi-Fi, and I am sent, and we are chatting over this technology. That how the sixth generation to the 10th generation technology got developed. Then I will send a respective chat, or I will give my opinion over it. How the Pentium chip got processed from Pentium 5 till today's Pentium chips. So how this processor operated, how do we get did we get iOS technology which is used by iPhone, produced by the company Apple, and they are the only major producers of iPhone these days, and the technology is also different. So these modems help us in end-to-end communication. Suppose anybody of you is having an iPhone and I am having an Android platform phone, yet the information transfer will happen very easily and very nicely. Then we will move on to the next part, is the multimedia kit, which is used as an attachment for the technological use. The multimedia kit with the sound blaster. This is a 16-bit audio card that delivers the next wave of audio to the PC. With it, you can sample the highest CD quality digital audio. Sample means to store audio in parts with an extensive suite of Windows and DOS applications. That makes this card very much useful. You can increase the productivity and the enjoyment. The text to speech technology was prior used. Now you have in your WhatsApp speech to text technology. These are available in the sound editors which we use in our phones to edit sound, to create new music tracks, or to edit the audio strip which is associated with your regular work. Then comes the monologue for Windows. This is a versatile product that allows you to add the element of the speech to every Windows application. Then you have the talking scheduler. Now, this talking scheduler was first used in the phone which had a reminder with it. So this phone was used prior. The name of the phone you all have to find. I will not tell because after this, if I keep telling information, you will not hunt some things. Then this scheduler was used to schedule about the appointments, speak about the appointments. It was a programmer and a scheduler. It was called as phone. It was a reminder. It was also the recorder of your phone. So you have to find the name. Then we had the SB talker. The SB talker, this had the text to speech synthesizer program, and unlimited vocabulary that reads ASCII text, performs functions on the text, and the outputs are vocally through the speakers. So this was more of a karaoke system used through computers for the process of recording songs and various other things. Then comes the uninterrupted power supply. The uninterrupted power supply, UPS. Small systems may use the uninterrupted power supply, which can drive their main power from the batteries. Large battery arrays. Large battery arrays means combination of many small batteries form large battery arrays. Drive DC to AC inverters, which produce the AC voltages for the system. The uninterruptible power supplies are not suitable for long power failures. Uh, Interruptions because the battery becomes quickly exhausted. So now they have started using lithium ion batteries, or lithium thionyl chloride batteries or thionyl sulfide batteries, such that they survive for a longer period and you don't have to charge them again and again. They are also using CMOS batteries which last longer. However, for short interruptions of power up to few hours, they are adequate. UPS can be used for computers when main power supply is on. The battery in the UPS continues to charge. When there is a break in the power supply to the computer, battery provides power to the computer and the operation of the computer remains continuous. After this, we have the applications of computers used in scientific research, business application used in calculation of payrolls and personal records, used in educational institutes to keep the record of the results and fees, used in office automation where a lot of data associated with office work is being saved. Then we have word processing could be done through this, like finding the mistakes in the word, checking the vocabulary, keeping the spell check on. Then desktop publishing, where we these publishers were first used to design various kinds of uh, graphics on the computer. Then we have the electronic office where we can program or we can use simulation software in order to design various circuits. Then in the stock market it is used in the banking technology, insurance and stock broking, where you have to use Ajax operating system, or you have to use MySQL and jQuery, because here the pages keep on getting refreshed after certain time, and this technology has to be compatible to all the devices and all the users which are being used. Then in engineering design, where we use the CAD and CAM technology. Then in meteorology, to check the changes in the weather and to transmit that information through app or through website to the local user. And in the communication and information technology, where the processing of the data, the processing of transmission needs to be worked out. This technology started from first generation, where the bandwidth was very small, and now it has reached up to fifth generation. But the generation technology will be available to us only after 7 to 8 years, when the defense system of the nation in India will evacuate those bandwidths for the process of transmission. 6, 7, 8 generation of information transmission, that is the communication technology, will never come into picture because of the high radiation which can affect human life. So with this we are done with the basic part of the chapter, and we are done with this chapter, computer fundamentals. Now I will move on to the next part, where we will study about various generation of computers. I'll just give a gist to you all.